Hello, and welcome to another Angry Unit of the Week. And today we're taking a look at the Mortar 60mm. The M2 60mm mortar was the main light mortar used by US and French forces in the Second World War. It was pretty much a smaller version of the American 81mm mortar, and its role was to be attached to the company level for more direct frontline fire support. In regards to its operation, it was pretty similar to other mortars of the era. The main difference, rather, is that it had considerably longer range compared to other nations' light mortars. And surprisingly, this mortar would see rather extensive service after the war during the Korean and even in the Vietnam War. In-game, the Mortar 60mm is a 40-point mortar available to 3rd US Armoured, 2nd US Infantry, and the 1st and 2nd French Divisions. And it has one weapon. And that weapon, of course, being the 60mm mortar, the M2. There's a lot of things named M2 and M1 and M3 in American service. It gets a bit confusing. Anyway, you have 40 high explosive shells and 25 smoke shells. High explosive shells are pretty decent for the caliber, but has a rather limited range of only 1.8 kilometers. And the smoke shells, even though their smoke, do shoot twice as fast compared to the high explosive. Down to the miscellaneous stats, it has a 3-man crew, good optics, very good stealth, and light cargo space. In battle, the 60mm mortars are a rather interesting weapon platform, as they're in between the smaller mortars, the 50mm, and the support tab, which are more like direct fire grenade launchers really, and the more regular 81mm mortars, which you get in the artillery tab. And this mortar is very good in its role of suppressing enemy infantry, whether it's in town fights or forest fights. You fire a few shots, you suppress them down, and then you run up and surrender them. It's a pretty easy strategy. And considering this thing is only 40 points, which is extremely cheap, you can get quite a lot of these buggers. And the availability on this weapon platform is insane, as you can get 8 of them in A phase, which is extremely generous, and it's a very good A-phase unit during those initial town and forest fights, which are usually high contested areas. Just being able to suppress the enemy infantry who dare shoot at your infantry will allow you to pretty easily win these battles, and you only have to buy 1 or 2 from at the start of the match to actually get your money's worth. And also to boot, you have smoke ammunition, and smoke is always a very valuable tool in this game, and this is an extremely cheap way to apply great smoke coverage in offensive or defensive manners. Overall, this mortar is just great. Whenever you can take it, I highly recommend you at least take one A-phase card of these guys, as they can be extremely useful in those town and forest fights. And well, I'm gonna leave it off at that. This has been another Rank Unit of the Week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and usual, please just take it easy.